Hey there, gorgeous gays! Version 2 here with Kirby Air Riders. It is Easter event. This is an event for Easter. We're celebrating Easter. I know it doesn't look very Easter, but you'll see some stuff. It is very Easter themed, don't worry. My Easter has been the last 3 days. I've been streaming a lot. Final Fantasy 14, of course. I've streamed like over 30 hours, I'm pretty sure, over the last 3 days. So on the 4th day, I rested. And then I woke up and then I rested, and then I woke up and then I rested, and then I woke up and I rested. I've been on and off sleeping all day because I'm really fucking exhausted. It is 9 p.m. on Easter Monday. And I remembered, fuck, I was planning on having my 4th day being doing Kirby Air Riders because there was an event for it. And I remembered late enough that I can reasonably do it, but late enough that it's also like, Jesus Christ, I'm tired. So we have an all-in boss battle. We're back to a city trial event. Powerful bosses await you in the stadium. The appearance rate of power-up items suited for battle is increased to get you ready to fight. Power up your machine and be the rider to deal the final blow. Unfortunately, doing this late means I can't really like grind this out for several hours, because I was kind of wondering / hoping all boss battles, I wonder if they'll make like Gigantus parts appear more frequently. That's technically a boss battle. But as you can see, look, it's Easter. Look at all the Easter prettiness. We've got gay eggs down there. We've got like bunny rabbit eggs up there. We got like other eggs going around everywhere. Also, if we go to the paddock, I was gonna actually say anything here for it. No, if we go to the paddock, inside of the paddock has also been like that. They've also updated the paddock, and it's going to also be Easterfied with stuff in here, apparently. Yeah, look! We have oh, I've got like grass! Or is that normally though? I can't remember if this is normally grass or not here. I'm not in here very frequently to remember. I feel like it's not, because I feel like it's meant to be like a spring as well. I feel like it's meant to be a spring event as well, so they've put like spring flowers there. We've got some Easter bunny like balloons over here. You can see Easter eggs there. Some flowers. Again, I think it's meant to be an Easter / spring thing for this. Yeah, I swear the grass is new. I feel like the grass is new. I feel like it's not normally grass. I mean, again, I could be entirely wrong. I could be entirely wrong. I'm not 100% certain. What I also have heard they do, apparently Skya is also decorated for it, for Easter. So there'll probably be like Easter themed Skya. So there is also that while we go into the event to do all of our boss battles. What are our rewards? Some eggs, of course. Hidden fledgling, more eggs. Spring breeze, squishy, savant. And we get an egg head. Although that one down there, Kirby in the Waddle Dee, that is very adorable. That is very adorable. So let's go into here. We got our we got Dedede in a golden top hat. I think I'm just gonna rock that forever, honestly, after getting that from the last event. I think I'm just gonna... We can't get the gay egg as a headpiece, unfortunately not. Unfortunately, we cannot get the gay egg as a headpiece. But, yeah, I'm gonna rock this. Steel Ball Run news is good. Steel Ball Run news is good. If you are aware of JoJo fans, we have been in the depths of hell of just being like, what the fuck is happening with Steel Ball Run? They released one episode and said, episode 2, some stage later in the year. And they put out confirmation saying that when stage 2 starts happening, it'll be weekly episodes. But I imagine Steel Ball Run's gonna be split into several parts. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we get stage 2, and that's like 3 to 5 episodes. And then it stops, and then we get another batch later. Steel Ball Run is so fucking gigantic. Probably part per stage is like 7 stages. I think it's around that. The distinction of stages is like super important at the beginning of Steel Ball Run, because that's like what, like, because everything's based around the race. So the manga is like literally named for the stages, but as you go on, the stages of the race are less important because the race itself is, like, still important, but it's not like the, you know, there's a lot of other shit going on. In there. Things like Steel Ball Run is fucking massive. It is by a very large margin the biggest JoJo part.
Paper Star.
So I can understand the idea of, like, you know, when they did Part 5. Part 5 were, I don't know if Part 5 had any break. It may have had one break, but I don't know if it had any. And it was just like 40 weeks in a row of JoJo. It was 40 weeks in a row of JoJo. I can understand not doing that for Part 5. Also because you got to animate horses. And also just, like, I think about the animation of Part 5 in general. I'm just like, it has a lot more moving parts than a lot of others. Just because of the nature of the races and, like, how many competitors. And also just, like, what some of the abilities are. Like, what about the person whose stand is the fact that there's, like, 11 of him? like, what do you do about that? What do you do about that? Well, he's like, no, we put down his stand ability, and he's just, yeah, in the manga, it's just like, oh, what's his stand do? It shears him on. It's like, oh, okay. The luck's not part. Oh, how? Okay. Special mention of machines was dispatched. I'm not on the Air Riders thing. Sorry, there you go. Sorry, very late. I'm rushing this. I gotta put the checklist in case we happen to unlock any of those. You know, tax will form, and maybe I'll actually kill one in 30 seconds. It's never gonna happen. I'm still at a point where I haven't missed any events in Kirby, so I'm happy with that. I am still yet to miss any events in this game. And that is something that I am happy with. I'm always worried about doing any, like, live service-ish games on stream. It always worries me, just because keeping up with events and all the stuff that happens is always something that's really hard to do. You know, like, oh, let's do, like, you know, Mario Maker, and they have, like, updates for that. It's just like, oh, keep all the updates when that happens. You know, I've done, like, every Splatoon game I've, like, had episodes of at some point, and at every point I end up like, keeping up with Splatoon. Splatoon 3, I didn't even keep up to the end of the first season. Yeah, so it'll be a versus boss thing that's very useful to know game. It's not like that's the point of the event or anything. So I'm always worried about, like, keeping up with a live service game for streams of just being like, I'm gonna do all the stuff as it comes out. And I was worried about that with this when they started announcing events of just being like, oh, I was like planning on just like Kirby just being like Kirby Arrows being like, oh, a couple of episodes and just trying to like get the full checklist and that was gonna be it. And then, oh, there's now events for it. But the events are quite fun, and the events are good excuses to try to go for the various checklist items. But I would like to not miss anything for this. But the thing is, there's also just, if I want to, like, if it's, oh, I got to 100% the game, so it's 100% the game, I can't miss any of the events. Again, there's, like, online rankings, and that shit's going to be really hard to do now, so now that's also a case of just, well, if I miss the online, if I don't get good online rankings, I won't get all of, like, the rewards from that. I'm stuck down here because I can't fucking see. Where's the ramp out of here? There's a ramp out of here. Not the one I normally take, but let's go. Why not? So the game was fun as hell, and I enjoyed the DCN game. This game is incredibly awesome. Like, I've been a Mario Kart fan for a large portion of my life, and I've put like so many hours in Mario Kart, and I absolutely love it. This game's, oh look, eggs. there's our Easter decorations, by the way. Here's our Easter decorations. I see eggs there. I also do see an island in the sky. You don't know they've had pillars! Okay, oh shit, okay, go for it. Do that an event where we all have offensives. Oh. Oh shit. Ah, damn. There's an event, there's a thing there for destroying 2 in one event. So because I got one, I was like, oh, if I get the other one, then got there before me. Got there before me. Jesus, I'm already too fast. The thing is, I don't want to take a paper star to like go. I don't want to take a paper star to go check out like the flying islands, because it's also a case of just, but I don't want to take a paper star into a boss fight. Chariot star will be useful for a boss fight. Good health and good management of like being able to move where I want to. I'm not too fast. I'm like scooting past it. You can see the smash flare. Oh, you absolutely can tell this is like a Sakurai's team game. Absolutely, absolutely. I honestly think it works better in a racing game than in a fighting game, honestly. I don't know if it's a hot take, but I do prefer this game over Smash Bros. I definitely do like the game more than Smash Bros. I mean, like, Smash Brothers has like a very, like, Smash Brothers is a very unique thing. There's a lot of things I like about it. But that is also the case here. That is also the case here. Well, at least I shouldn't die to the boss if I have 19 offense and 18 defense. At least the boss shouldn't kill me. Never been into fighting games, so what I put the most into it is All-Star Battle for obvious reasons. I mean, like, there's always the jokes that people say about how, you know, Smash is the fighting game for people who don't want to play fighting games and stuff like that. And, like, I love fighting games, but I'm really bad at them. I love watching people play fighting games. I like learning about fighting games and, like, seeing the shit that people do in them. But it's also stuff that I'm really bad at, like, doing myself. So there is that for me on a personal level. Whereas Smash Bros, you know, the simplified controls, the platform format means that I can do a bit more in that compared to others. But something like this is a fighting game. Air Riders is a fighting game, especially like when you're in City Trial mode. Especially, it is a fighting game. It absolutely is a fighting game. And it's just, you know, it's a racing game, something that I have a lot more familiarity with. Not even just because of Mario Kart, just other racing games. And I have a lot more skill in that realm. So you put that there, and then it all comes together. Oh! I think I had so much speed that I got to the boss there and started attacking it before most of the people did. Yeah. There was 4 people who didn't even damage the boss? How? Did you just die on the way to it? This is why I didn't want to take Paper Star. This is why I didn't want to take Paper Star. And also, why King Dedede and his golden top hat is going to work very well there. So I'm going to play through Kirby games. To be like, why do people love Rick so much? I mean, like, people who have never played Kirby games play this game and love Rick. I've seen, like, other YouTubers do that. And that's obvious because it's just like, you know, he's a cool hamster. In a world of pink fluff balls, in a world of, like, king penguins, Rick is just a hamster, and that's why people love him, and I get that. But then people who are, like, dedicated hardcore Kirby fans see Rick and then
Dragon Star.
And I need to know this. One thing I knew about this game was Rick's ass shaking. Yeah, he's a hamster. They just do that. Hamsters just do that. That's just something that they do. They just wiggle their butts. Very slow here. I thought Wagon Style was pretty good at the start of the thing, but I'm questioning that. I like how all of the copy abilities have got to have hats. So for the microphone, you're screaming into a microphone, so what's the hat? Oh, it's a pair of earphones. You gotta make sure you don't deafen yourself with that. Feels good.
Wheelie Scooter.
Man, never played a Kirby game instead of like Dreamland Adventure and Dream Course. Yeah, Rick's just a vibe. I also like because I'm doing this at freaking 9 o'clock at night, I can see the difference in people who are joining me in the lobby. As in, I'm seeing Japanese names, when normally when I play this game, I'm seeing a lot more English names. So I can definitely tell that, like, the time of day that I'm playing, different groups of people will be joining in.
3, 2, 1, start!
I'll take Shadow Stone. Oh, hell yeah, it's the N64
Shadow
controller.
Stone.
This is in the lobby because of me, but I didn't make it. It's on the control. Does that the Smash Bros. Splatoon thing of going, oh fuck, when you see a Japanese name? Honestly, not. I've not experienced that. I've not experienced that personally so far. Oh hell yeah, we've got the vocal lyrics this time. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh god. I was listening to Starlit Journey. Thank you very much. I was listening to Starlit Journey and having a vibe. Thank you very much. Video game danger music is covering the vocals. I don't even have my headphones in. Again, I've set up very little for the stream. It's just like, I need to do the stream, so let me just do the stream. Very much is my thought process. Stream needs to happen, so let me just do the stream. Fuck setting up everything. I don't even have fucking. I didn't even set up like the thing behind me. Dive in afterwards, get everything. Yeah, my experience with this game is because it's so specifically what it is.
Wheelie Scooter!
I realize a lot of my machine. I'm on Bushki right now. This game is so specifically what it is that I feel like there's a lot of people who play this game who aren't great at it because outside of just like general driving controls, it's not like you can. There's not many transferable skills. There's not. I wanted the machine. Yeah, there's not a lot of transferable skills from other games, I would say, into Air Riders. It's a driving fighting game, yeah. Well, it's also just like this, like the way the game controls the way, what you do in the game is so different. And also, it's just in City Trial, once everyone gets fully boosted up, everything is so fast and everyone is so fast that like I don't expect many people to be on the ball when it comes to controlling it. But there's definitely people who are good at it. My controller's control. Oh, someone else got the kill. I did so much damage. I did so much damage. I put in so much work for that kill. Although I'm a little faster. So that's nice. This time all riders will gather in. Yes. We're in an event for that. You don't need to keep telling us. Oh yeah, well Leo's around at least. We'll try to get Leo. Fucking eat shit. Battleship Halberd. I didn't even pick up the piece from there. That's so annoying. Get back here. Get back here. I'll hit you. I will knock pieces out of you. I swear to God. Stats are so high, I can even just use the jet stun like that. To Jesus! Come on, there's a giant laser beam. I'm now so focused on trying to get the Leo parts, and I'm not focused on getting my own stats. Or a better vehicle. I don't know how great this will be for boss fights. Although the health is still nearly above the top of the fucking screen, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm probably not gonna die too. Feel fucking as a little crossbows together. This has been a relatively normal match. This isn't even an intense, ridiculous match. It gets way more fucked than this. It gets so much more fucked than this. Well, someone's completed Leo. They're gonna have a massive hand up in the boss. Considering Leo is literally given to the boss.
Time.
City Trial is just the Battle Royale format distilled into its purest essence. That's what makes it so awesome. What boss we got? There are 4 bosses to choose from. Nightmare! Oh, Nightmare moves a lot and this thing doesn't turn well. Shit. Shit.
3, 2, 1, go!
Stop looking. Lock on camera does not help. Give me lasers. Well, that hurt a lot, but it hurt him a lot as well, at least. Ow, 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 ow. Give me give me the rest. Oh, I got 5. I can just stand here and punch. Alright, there you are. See you. See you. You can't stop me. I'm out of fighting. I know what I'm doing. I might be looking at the screen right now going, what the fuck is happening? Don't worry, I don't know. BAM! Oh no. What's up, girls? Hi. You can stream during the day. This is 9 PM for me. I can say. Oh, Leo. Yeah, obviously. There's a Leo, of course. Force, remember your bit in Force episode 1? My entire Sonic Forces playthrough of tricking people into thinking that I was playing Persona 5. Right, yeah, I remember that. This is not, yeah, it's 9:37 PM for me, Crafts. I should not be streaming right now. I'm tired. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. Might be annoying my roommates. You played Sonic Forces? That game sucks. That game is better than most of the fucking Sonic games I've played. No, I've played hardly any Sonic games. You know why Sonic Forces is, like, tolerable? You know why Sonic Forces is tolerable? Because while Sonic Forces may not have great controls, its level design is so fucking bare bones basic and simple that you don't need to have great controls to be able to actually finish it. Except for the classic Sonic levels. For some reason, classic Sonic in that game controls so fucking horrible. Plays so fucking horrible. Jesus Christ. Just saw the fucking jet fly. Forces is a good brain turn off game. Yeah, I can't compare Sonic Forces to... Okay, we're fighting Mark specifically. You don't need to keep telling us. There's like 1 of 4 things we're doing. You don't need to keep telling us. Let's go, Mark. 3, 2, 1,
start! Warp Star!
What were we talking about? Sonic Forces. I can't judge Sonic Forces like I made other Kirby games because I've not played a bunch of other Kirby games. But I played Sonic Forces, and my experience with Sonic Forces was this game has shit controls, but it's so simple that like that doesn't like make it a frustrating game to play because there's barely anything going on anyways. And the story is absurd and ridiculous and feels like a 6-year-old's fanfiction. And it so fiercely sticks to the concept of this as a 6-year-old's fanfiction that I enjoy the story. Because it really does feel like a kid going, and then the bad guy, he's like Shadow, but even more, and then Sonic dies, but then Sonic doesn't die, and then his friends have gotta help Sonic after Eggman takes over the world, and then Sonic does recreates all my favorite parts of every Star Wars movie that I watched when I was a kid, and then Sonic it becomes friends with me. I become friends with Sonic, and then we high five and we run, and then Infinite puts us in the bad zone, and we can't escape the bad zone because the bad zone is really bad. But then me and Sonic we run and we run out of the bad zone, and then we run to Infinite and we Infinite and we beat him. And then me and Sonic and another Sonic beat up Eggman with all of our friends, recreating another moment from a Star Wars movie, and then we save the day. And I love it for that. I love it for that. Because just every single fucking story beat and every single bit of spectacle moment just feels like this is a child's fanfiction, and this child also just really loves Star Wars. And it's like, there are so many moments directly ripped from Star Wars. They directly copy using the snow speeders to topple an AT-AT. They directly copy the trench run. They copy the Battle of Geonosis from Attack on the Clones. Like, there's so many moments that are directly ripped from Star Wars. So constantly in it. It's so funny. I fucking love it. And again, it's just, me specifically was friends with Sonic. And it's just, if you view that game through that lens, there is fun to be had in just how much it sticks to the bit, and I love it for that. This is not me saying I enjoy it because it's a good game. Those are very different things. Play more Sonic along the other 152 things you have. Well, Sonic Marathon will happen one day. Sonic Marathon will happen one day. How much the Sonic Marathon sticks to the bit that we came up with, I don't know. Because I'm doing a Donkey Kong Marathon right now, and that's like 6 months in the making, and we're on the 4th game, so maybe the over-the-top Sonic Marathon shouldn't be a plan, but you know, a Sonic Marathon. They made a Sonic fanfic and ran with it. Again, they made specifically a child's Sonic fanfic, and it's awesome fun. This is a really tall building. Whee! I didn't mean to go up here. Definitely Sega Popcorn Stuff and Waku Waku Sonic Control Car. Yeah, that was the bit, yeah. The idea was just like, we need to play literally every single Sonic game. Why is there so many fucking Sonic games on the wiki? Why is the second Sonic game a fucking patrol car? Ah, Jesus Christ. Where the fuck did that come from? No, don't tell me this. I knows that. Ah! Things on games you have to begin to choose good ones way more than any other franchise. When they hit so good. Again, like, when I hear about, oh, which games do people not like in the Sonic franchise, literally every fucking game has been mentioned at some point as being the game in the Sonic franchise that people don't like. But also, a lot of the games also have ardent defenders. People will say that, like, oh no, the adventure games weren't good either, and then people will just be like, the adventure games are some of the best games you can fucking play in, like, 3D platforms. Fuck you.
2, 1, time!
Nobody hates Sonic more than Sonic fans. Could do it more offense, but it's fine. I bet you nobody's ever said Sonic and Shadow Generations was bad. Well, I feel like Sonic and Shadow Generations took so long to come out that we're now in an era of people, like, realizing that a 13-year-old's taste of cool is actually fucking sick as hell. I feel like we're definitely in an era where people are moving past, like, I am cringe. Like, people are now in an era much more of I am cringe, but I am free. Way more than they were in the past. People aren't pretending anywhere near as much that they're above it or anything like that compared to, like, earlier eras of Sonic existing. So I feel like that helps Shadow Generations have a much more positive reception. We're no longer in the era of people go, oh my god, Shadow's trying so hard to be so edgy, that makes him lame. Of people just being like, Shadow is a 13-year-old's idea of what's cool, and oh my god, Shadow is so sick. So there is that. And also from what I've heard, Shadow Generations actually focuses on Shadow's character, where most games with Shadow just focus on how edgy he is. Like Shadow in Sonic Forces shows up to be like, I am edgy. And then you beat him and then he stops. And that's all he does. What I've heard, Shadow Generations actually focuses on like his character. We just showed the Shadow Monks. So you're playing Sonic 1 for April 1st and next year and just stream Sonic 06? No, because people will be happy about that. People will enjoy me playing Sonic 06. Sonic 06 recompiled may be actually good. If I'm doing a Sonic Marathon, that's not the Sonic 06 I'm playing. If I'm doing a Sonic Marathon, I'm not playing Sonic 06 recompiled. If I'm doing a marathon to see, like, to go through the Sonic franchise, to see what the franchise is like, I feel like it's cheating to take fan remakes into consideration. Everything with 06 they released it with half a game in the disc. Well, isn't it because they split the development time in half to make 2 games? Isn't that what happened with Sonic 06? They were like in the middle of making it, and then the devs said, "Alright, take half of the team and go make like the Wii game or something." Isn't that what happened with 06? Wait, Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles separately? Well, no. People don't listen to the fucking words that I fucking say that come out of my goddamn fucking mouth. Is Sonic 3 and Knuckles a fan game? Is Sonic 3 and Knuckles a fan recompilation game? Or is Sonic 3 and Knuckles an intended product released by Sega? Where it was intentional that the game cartridge itself was designed with a click-on thing for them to come together. When I say I'm not going to play fan remakes of the games, what that means is I'm not going to play fan remakes of the games. I'm also not 100% certain what, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles changes compared to Sonic 3 and then Sonic and Knuckles.
3, 2, 1, start!
From my understanding, they're 2 different games with 2 different, like, level loadouts. And so when you connect them together, you just, like, play through one game and then play through the other game. But, like, Knuckles is in both. Cannot stress enough, Sonic 06 is a game you need to play. I can just turn off the stream. I can just turn off the stream. Boom, 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 boom! We're all in the seats, we gotta reach those. Are you getting hit? Is your car randomly stopping? Probably both. You gotta remember the controls for this game, there is no accelerate for this game. The controls are steer and brake. That's the controls. The controls for the game are steer and brake. So if you want to turn tight, you hold down brake so you can turn tighter, and then when you let go of brake, you get a speed boost. Controls very differently to other racing games. There's like, there's so much shit in the sky, and there's so much like you can reach with the flying machines. But I don't want to be stuck with paper sword against any of the bosses. And I've had too many experiences in this game of trying to get like a really good machine that like suits the event we're doing at the end of it, and then just my machine. And then it makes me sad. Oh, I'll pick up the benefits of murder. If everyone else is over here killing each other, I'll come in and sweep up the body. Free food for me. Mario Kart as Wii Wheel, but Lifestyle Warsaw specifically for this game. This game has 2 buttons. This game has 2 buttons. It would just be a big star with 2 buttons on it. It'd be the fucking dive kick kickbox that they made. It's like we made a fighting pad for dive kick, and it's just a giant fight box. Just a giant fight pad, and it just has 2 big buttons on it. And it makes me feel like watching Cocomelon, it's all just shapes. Yeah, but like kids who do the Cocomelon, you like do it enough and you start to understand stuff. How do I? Okay. A lot of dead bodies here. A lot of bodies in there. Oh, Jesus. Okay, look at that. I do appreciate the parts of the game where they intentionally just say fuck it. Like, they just say fuck it, allow the character, allow your machine's health bar to extend off the screen. When you, like, get enough power-ups at the end of a match, it will extend past the screen. I love the shit where it's just like, you know what, we want to make you feel so powerful that it feels like you're transcending the natural limits of what the game is by just bars just passing through it. It's fighting a boss in Kingdom Hearts 1, and it has so much goddamn health that you have to, like, knock off 2 health bars worth of health before it even starts reducing. Because the game literally can't keep track of that many health bars. Yeah, it's way more fun than just being like, oh, I mean, there is an upper limit. There is an upper limit to power-up values in the game. There is an upper limit. You can't go past 19. It's just that they make sure that the cap is past where the screen extends. They say you wouldn't buy it just to own a Warp Star. I'm sure you could buy like a plushie Warp Star. I'm sure like a plushie Warp Star would exist. Does this game only have 1 map? Battle Royale. Traditionally, Battle Royales came out a long time after Kirby. But like the Battle Royales that came out after Kirby, yeah. Yes, you have 1 map, you have Skya. There is a racing mode, and the racing mode does have 18 tracks. And then you have Top Ride, which is the top-down racing mode, which has 9 tracks. But for the City Trial mode, it's one. Again, it's like that for very similar reasons for why it is in a battle royale. A big part of it is learning the map and then being able to like utilize your knowledge of the map to fly around it at ridiculous speeds. They make micro adjustments to the map each map. Sometimes certain areas, like certain pathways, might be closed off. Like there's entrances to caves you can fall down in from above. Some maps that'll be closed. Sometimes buildings that were there in one match won't be there in another match. They'll change. There's like little changes. Sometimes there'll be like a big tower that has a star on top that has extra power-ups. You're consistently getting second. Consistently getting second. What the fuck is happening? We're fighting a boss. We're fighting a boss. Virgin Armon Health Bar versus Chad Kirby Air Rider's Power Bar. I gotta go back to Yakuza 5 to beat Armon. go into it while actually preparing. Gotta go back to Yakuza 5 to actually prepare properly and fight armor. There are way too many characters named Armon. Armon from Final Fantasy XIV versus Armon from Yakuza. Who wins? Oh, there are 3 of them in one game. Well, to be fair, Yakuza has at this stage at least from where I've played so far in Yakuza, there are at least 6 Armons. Yeah, there's 4 in one game. Yeah, where I'm up to in Yakuza so far, there's at least 6 Armons in Yakuza Online. Lunch? It's 9:55 at night for me, video game. What do you mean have lunch now? Ha ha ha. Is that Easter? I think cubes are Easter. More rotund shapes are usually Easter. 7 if we count Richardson. Is Richardson a normal? I should make lunch. I'm playing that at a time we can actually make lunch. It's so frustrating because I feel like one of the best times for me to stream, like as an Australian, living in the country down under, I feel like if I was to stream at a time that the most amount of people around the entire world could actually make it to the stream, it would be while I'm sleeping. And that's incredibly irritating. To be honest, I haven't had lunch with me. Did I have dinner? Actually, now that I think about it, did I have dinner? I've been asleep for a lot of today. I had lunch at like 3 p.m. of a grilled cheese sandwich. Can I have a cheese? There's a chariot over there. Anyone else gonna grab it before I get there? No,
Chariot!
I don't think I did. Basically viewers, but I fuck myself, or no viewers, but I'm fucked by life. Again, I live in a horrible time. And my thing is, when I, like, for living in Australia, I'm quite lucky that I can stream at the time that I can. Like, my normal streams throughout the week start, like, now that Daylight Savings is done. It starts at, like, midnight for the East Coast of America, and it's sometime in the morning for Europe. And I'm lucky I can stream then because I have a job that finishes at 1 in the afternoon. Like, if I had a job where I finished every day at a normal time of, like, 5 p.m. or so, I'd be completely fucked. I'd be completely fucked. I really like the Chariot. We're in an event where everything is boss fights. Chariot is good at turning to aim for the boss, and also Chariot's quite durable. Though if I see Battle Chariot, I'll probably take that because that does a lot more damage. Doesn't turn anywhere near as well, but does a lot more damage. I've not seen any Battle Chariots actually show up. Normally in this mode, I try to aim for either wheelies. Battle Chariot! Normally in this mode, I try to either aim for Paper Star just because it can fly, and there's a lot of power-ups that are in the sky. Or so this is why there's no problem with other moves. Because they're very slow. Or I go for Wheelie Scoop because it's just really fast for getting around the map. But I don't want to be stuck with over those against a boss fight because because both those are blown. Well, did he take off his armor to match Star Kirby's speed? No, the gold hat stays on during sex. We need to canonize Kirby's Deity's golden pop hat in future episodes. Where'd that box? I didn't even get it. Why are we killing pink guys? Murders. Do we need an excuse for murder? Killing enemies also doesn't bad. Killing enemies can also give you bad. There's also something that is rewarded. speed. I need speed. I need speeds. Well, really, I need boost to get up to top speed faster. But I'll also take speed. A short race. No, I'm not doing a special. I'll take the opportunity to clean up the rest of the map. I don't even know how many people are going to take place in it. Quite a few. Quite a lot, Jesus. No, I'll have fun doing that. Who needs excuse for murder? Exactly. Exactly. These are the mottos that we look for. More speed. More speed. I'm doing the very basic thing right now of just, I don't have any specific goals. I'm just driving around the map finding boxes. But when everyone's in a race, that I can actually work it out. Yeah, it's one of the aspects of Siege Brothers is so fun is that there's so many different things that you can do. Like, do you want to try and kill other people to steal their stuff or make them weaker for the upcoming battle? Do you want to try to take it to the skies and get like to be the first person to get up there to get all of the Christ, massive amounts of power-ups that are up there? Do you want to accidentally commit vehicular manslaughter by just driving around a death machine? A lot of different methods of like your goals and about how you want to go about things. Which, from my understanding, is like traditional battle royale stuff. But fuck you. Your challenge in Discord is just your mottos and quotes. I'm not funny enough. Too much of my... Jesus Christ. I keep accidentally committing murder. Too much of my content is focused on me trying to be like smart and like have like opinions and like analytical and sniff my own farts to like... Jesus Christ, the suspension on that. Jesus Christ, the suspension on this machine is fucking putting in the hours. Holy shit. What does weight do? Makes you heavier so you're knocked around less, gives you slightly more defense. Also increases your speed. You're not going to see any now because we're in an event where everything's boss fights, but there are some challenges where the goal is to fly either high or far. So the more weight that you have, obviously the less you fly. But also, if you're in a machine that doesn't fly, you'll lose in those events anyways, probably. Because not every machine can fly. 3, 2, 1, go! So now everyone's gonna get to the boss before I am because I'm in the battle chariot. This is actually, I was like, oh yeah, battle chariot, I see that, I can finally take it. And then we got the boss that's probably the worst for battle chariot. Because you gotta reach the damn thing first, and battle chariot's not good for that. Ow. Ow.
Fire.
Shit. If I was actually not a good choice for this. Fire actually wasn't a good choice for this because it just sends you flying far forward and on a machine that can't turn. That's actually not good. Missiles, I'll take those. Missiles! There we go. I don't want to play Persona 5. I don't want to play a company by the sexist, racist, transphobic piece of shit company that's known as Atlas. I don't want to play games by them. They're a shitty company with fucking awful games. I don't want to play them. The whole joke of the bit is that I don't want to play their games because they're morally reprehensible. That's the whole point of the bit. The whole point of the bit is I want to make people who like Persona pissed off. I still got 0 points. How do you even manage that? They probably had vehicles that had fuck all health and died before they even reached the boss. In one of these modes, if you die, you just lose. You just get retired instantly. Mind saying what the hell this is all about? Persona is a horrible, disgusting franchise. Morally reprehensible. They are... The primary features of Persona is bigotry. They are intensely bigoted, like... Some people keep saying that, oh no, it's, the other games aren't like that. Except for this, except for this, except for this, but no, fuck Persona. Persona 4 is a game that goes out of its way to be as bigoted as it can to as many people as it possibly can, just all the time. I mean, the existence of Catherine as a game, also, like, which is in the Persona universe, is also a big part of it. Yeah. Yeah. Catherine was a game that was already, like, people were just like, this is transphobic, what the hell are you doing? So then they decided to make a remake of Catherine, where they were just like, what if we were even more transphobic? They actively made a remake of Catherine to be more transphobic. That's the stated intended, like, that's the intended purpose of the remake. All of the advertising of Full Body is about how it has a trans character that they're going to treat horribly. You play through Persona 4, and there's one character who people suspect is gay because he likes knitting. He likes knitting, so obviously the kid is gay. And then you go through a dungeon of him trying to accept his feelings, and he comes to accept his feelings at the end of just like, you're right, I don't need to be gay to like knitting. I can just like knitting and be a normal person. And then the rest of the male cast spends the rest of the game terrified around him because they think he's gonna rape them, because they still suspect that he might be gay because he still likes knitting. You have a character who is, for all intents and purposes, as you see them presenting as a trans mask character. You go through an entire dungeon to get them to accept that, no, you're really a woman. Yeah. There are two female characters who follow your cast around, and both of them are constantly shit upon by the game and the cast for having the audacity of being women who are interested in sex, while one of them is overweight and while the other one is old. And by old, I mean like mid-30s. The storyline of most characters in Persona 4 is they have some part of their aspect or personality that rejects against like what society tells them to, and you go through every dungeon and the end result for each of the characters is, you're right, I should adhere to what society tells me to do. I don't want to take over for my parents' business when they retire. I would like to move to somewhere that has a population of higher than 50 people. End of the dungeon. You're right, I should take over for my parents. That is the correct thing to do. Fuck Persona, it's an evil franchise. Fuck Persona, it's an evil franchise. And then people always say, no, Persona 3 and Persona 5 aren't like that. And then they think about it for a couple of seconds. Oh, actually, well, there's that scene, but it's not as bad. Oh, and then there's that, but that's not as bad either. And it's just like... The grace that people are willing to give Atlas as a company when other companies get nowhere near as much is so fucking absurd. You want a moped? Hell yeah, I am. Hell yeah. So that's the thing with Yakuza. I am not going to tell you that Yakuza is a perfect progressive franchise. Yakuza has its problematic moments. Yakuza has its weird conservative bias. Like overall, the Yakuza games are conservative. That is what they are, and everything like that. I'm not gonna try and sit here and be like those parts don't exist. My thing I'm just gonna say is those are weird blemishes and I don't like them, but there are also plenty of moments that are there that are good, and I think the good outweighs the bad, and the quality of the good outweighs the bad as well. Whereas whenever people try to defend Persona games, they always try to twist it to be like, no, the transphobia is actually transpositive. Oh, well, maybe not current RGG. Maybe not current RGG. RGG before Yakuza 3 Kiwami.
Fire.
RGG before Yakuza 3 Kiwami. Because I have every intention of, I don't even know the name of it, don't say it, of the spin-off that exists before Yakuza 3 Kiwami came out. I believe the last game that, before Yakuza 3 Kiwami came out is a spin-off of some kind. I fully intend for that to be the last game that I play in my series. Past that, I'm just not going to play anymore. I'm happy to play their games until Yakuza 3 Kiwami. And seemingly, based on like what we've seen with what Yakuza 3 Kiwami is, and other developer interviews, there's not going to be much to want to experience past that anyways. It was that. What, like, they won't, they recast fucking Rikio. And now he looks completely different. But no, we have to get the sex pass. I'm gonna go for the strat of keeping blue screen, see if I can get something better later. Yeah, so because it's different writers on sub-stories. I think Persona is like the same writer. There's 3 writers from knowledge from a very long time ago. There's Persona games have 3 writers. Udabori. Don't recognize this. I don't recognize the name of Udabori. Curious tattoo artist. Ah. Well, I heard they got rid of like 90% of the fucking sub-stories. And apparently they did get rid of that one. So I don't think you have to worry about it too much. A lot of the sub-stories were removed, and when I was looking at a list of sub-stories that were in Kiwami 3, that wasn't there. Unless they... I will say maybe it's possible. Maybe they made that main story. If there was going to be a sub-story you were going to put into the main story, it would be that one. But I did very much at least say that in the list of sub-stories in the game, it's not. But it may be put into the main story. I mean, that is a level of grace that is not deserved based on everything else we know about the game, because that is implying that they made a good decision. Saying the sub-stories like humongous part of Like a Dragon's appeal, yeah. Well, Yakuza 3 is known for having, like, a ridiculous amount. Yakuza 3 does have nearly 120. So Yakuza 3 does have more sub-stories than the average entry. But I believe Kiwami has something like 40. It's like 30 or 40. And it's like, what are we even doing here? What's even the fucking point? Like, in my series of, like, going through all the Yakuza games, doing all of the sub-stories, Yakuza 3 is by far the biggest pain in the ass to do all the sub-stories. Not only because it has the most, but also the unlock requirements for a number of them are the most irritating in terms of, like, oh, you need to, like, get a turkey in bowling to unlock the sub-story, rather than getting a turkey in bowling being, like, the objective of sub-stories and like that. But also, Yakuza 3, has a lot of sub-stories that are only available during certain points of the story. Like, there will be sub-stories where it's between 2 cutscenes that are in the story. Here is, like, this cutscene happens. This sub-story is now available. This cutscene happens. This sub-story is no longer available. It's like, what the fuck?
3, 2,
Game's dead, lad.
1.
You're consistently the main person who says that, but I will turn it down for you because this game is ridiculous. So he's throwing off his shirt to show his wipe it. Again, like, it's annoying that Yakuza seems to be going down the shitter. And like, we don't even get Negoshi's other one because Gang and Dragon is now cancelled. Well, it's not cancelled, it's not funded. Fairness, I have you on speakers and this phone's audio balance is awful.
3, 2, 1, go!
That would explain it. That would explain it. If you're on phone speakers, then I can understand. If you're on phone speakers, then I totally understand why you're consistently like, I'm not loud enough. Now I get it. Now I get it. This makes sense to me. I'm glad there won't be a Kiwami 4 that ruin it. I mean, at this point, it's just like, I don't care what they do. Like, again, there's a spin-off that will be the last thing that I play, and past that, I don't care what they do. I'm not involved anymore. What the fuck is... Oh, there was a... I was about to say, why am I going backwards? Oh, there's a black hole. Get back down on the ground, let me spin you. Let me spin you. Who's having a heads up at a time now? Oh. I mean, like, yeah, like it's annoying that like Yakuza's going down the shitter and everything like that, and we don't get another one. Yeah. Oh, that is annoying. But like, I think about it from my perspective. I still have like 16 games or so. I still have so many games left in the to play. I'm not wanting for Like a Dragon stuff. Like even if it ended, like even if it did truly end and they never made another one instead of just making shit ones. It's still a franchise that has more games than most other franchises that exist.
Wagon Star.
So it's the kind of guess, you know what? A run of like 20 odd games, you know what? Good fucking run. Good fucking run. The thing that I'm curious about is Yakuza Kiwami 3 seems like such an insane like twist from Yakuza. Like the decisions that they've made for it and what they're doing with it seems like such a bizarre out of nowhere thing to happen for Yakuza, that I have to wonder when I start getting close to Kiwami 3, will I start seeing elements that led to what Yakuza 3 is now? What I can say, the reception in Japan isn't as bad as the West. I hear people say that all the time, and I don't trust any of it. I don't trust any of it. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. The skew to always try to say that like Japanese audiences, oh, they're just so conservative they don't care or anything like that, or just like, oh, the bad things happen, they don't care. I always take it with a grain of salt. I always take it with a grain of salt. Because it could also just very easily be a case of, as English speakers and not Japanese speakers, we only see the loudest voices. It'd be the equivalent of just being like
3, 2, 1,
having a look at like YouTube grifters of video games and just being like, well, what are the biggest voices? What do English audiences think of it? Let's have a look on YouTube and see what like the biggest like the most viewed videos are, and it's all grifters complaining about shit. It's just like, yeah, it's a bit different. So I got like when it comes to like, oh, but Japanese audiences are okay with like the, you know, the sex assaulter being stated on the game. I'm just like, I don't know. Because like if we want to go into the idea of just like, well, what do people broadly think? It's also just like, look at how many people still buy fucking Microsoft games. What if your only window in English being noted was fucking Asmongold? Yeah. But also, like, even like looking at like, even if it's just like, oh, well, what about sales? Like, oh, the sales aren't impacted in Japan, but they are impacted in the West. You could also just be like, okay, well, like, look at English sales for like Microsoft products, and considering, you know, Microsoft is actively aiding and abetting genocide. Look at how much of like the Western audience doesn't care about that, because how much of the Western audience still purchases Microsoft shit. Like, if you're going to like the average like consumer in terms of like everything like that, it's gonna be bad pretty much no matter where you look. It might be different for like different products or like different things, but I mean, across the board, it's just bad no matter where you look. I mean, just look at how fucking much shit like Harry Potter still sells in the West. That stuff for Harry Potter still sells ridiculous amounts in the West. So it's like there's still clearly like quite a portion of like the English community who have like no issue with the fact that J.K. Rowling was a raging transphobe who's like actively using her money to make people's lives worse. So yeah. Did you check on Black Panther's translations? I mean, they're the like for 2, I believe they finished. I think they finished 1, but I'm not certain. I'm always hesitant at the idea of playing a fan translation. I mean, like, fan translations nowadays are even more hesitant because of how many of them openly admit that it's just like, oh yeah, we just used AI to do all of that. Is that a Y or a rabbit on Dedede? I honestly don't know. Because neither of them make sense for him. Because he's a penguin? Dedede's a penguin, so why would he have a rabbit on the back? But also, nowhere in the words King Dedede is it a Y? The Waddle Dees don't look like that. I don't know. I've always been confused by this. And I've never looked it up because I'm lazy. King YYY? I mean, like, Rabbit's Moon? Are there entries of King Dedede where he has anything to do, like, with the moon? That's a thing. Rabbit's a good luck and he considers himself lucky. King Dedede's character, that he's like, he considers himself like a self-proclaimed king of Greenland. He just calls himself king and everyone is just like, okay, I guess he calls himself king. Does that have anything, could Rabbits be a part of that? Whose all did I steal? I still don't have a ton of health with the Shadow Star. I'm worried I'm gonna get into the match and die. It's a V sign. It's a V sign. He just really likes Victini. He just really likes Victini. Point is, I'm excited to play Yakuza 0 Director's Cut like in a week or two. Thing is, I've been waiting to do Yakuza 0 Director's Cut for when I finish Kirby Air Riders. I now realize finishing Kirby Air Riders requires finishing City Trial Mode, and that's going to be a luck-based nightmare. So now the goal is just, I'll stop. Well, I don't have to worry about the Shadow Star not having enough health in the... Fuck me. Fuck me. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. Yeah, I've been waiting to like finish Air Riders to start Yakuza 0. And then it's just like, well, I'm not going to start Yakuza 0. I'm not going to like finish Air Riders anytime soon. Because City Trial. And I'm like, okay, well, if I finish Top Ride, then the only thing I have left to do is finish, City Trial. And then that I can do while I'm doing events, like today. But I haven't had the chance to do Top Ride yet. Oh, I held it because you said JAP. I'm not doing... I refuse English dubs for Yakuza. I refuse English dubs for Yakuza. I can tell you this now. There is no game I'm going to play in the Like a Dragon series where I go with the English dub. There will not a single one am I doing. I am not doing English dub for a single entry. No one can change my mind on that. It will never happen. It'll never happen. Can't even guys sing Kirby song in Zero to say so fucking sleep. My thing is just like Yakuza. Oh, shit, this kills me. Oh, I guess my defense helped me stay alive. Is that like Yakuza is a Japanese game set in a Japanese cities featuring Japanese character, like so it's yeah. Like Yakuza is so intensely Japanese that it's just like, do I need to hear a bunch of fucking white people talking over it? Well, considering I went in with that with a weird machine, I'm shocked I got third. It was weird enough to hear Richardson talking English for that one game. Hey, let's go! I got the headwear. Yay! We beat Easter. We got sucked out of a plane like in Lost, but you fell into a bush, so you were fine, really. I mean, the people in Lost were fine. Like, a lot of them were still alive on the island. He's up on the roof. Somehow there's one fucking white guy in Yakuza and it's Richardson, and somehow he has the worst English out of any of the characters in the franchise. I still find that so fucking funny. It is still so fucking funny to me that the character who has the worst English in Yakuza is the one fucking white guy. Is so funny to me. When the smoke monster got them, where's the smoke monster in Yakuza? Smoke monster in Yakuza is the people in the game who keep insisting on having storylines where parents abuse their children, and the end of the storyline is, it's okay parents, I forgive you, you were just looking out for me. That's the fucking smoke monster in Yakuza. Every time we get one of those storylines, that's written by the smoke monster. Smoke Monster fucking wrote that one sub-story in Yakuza 0 where the person who sex trafficked a woman confesses his love for the woman, and then the woman turns around and says, okay, I will marry you. That's written by the fucking Smoke Monster. That's the Smoke Monster. Visa for pizza. Fucking... That alone, like, I always have the question in my mind of, do I prefer 0 or do I prefer 4? And honestly, that sub-story alone is enough to make me go, I like Yakuza 4 more than 0. Thing is, like, thinking back in my mind about elements of Yakuza 0, it's a case of Yakuza 0's setting encourages it because of, like, it's the 80s. It's Yakuza 0, it's like, Yakuza 0 is set in the 80s, so they're trying to get across about how scummy the 80s was. But I'm curious to re-examine 0 to be like, how much of the scumminess of the characters in 0 is a result of them trying to highlight how shitty the 80s was, and how much of it is them using the 80s as a cover to just get across the shitty opinions that they actually have. Because sex traffic admitting feelings is using the cover of the scumminess of the 80s to say just actually be horrible shit. Or like just being a human trafficker. Again, it's like, it's a case of how much of because like Yakuza 0, this is Sakurai's obligatory, we need a vocal theme in our video games now song. This is the credits theme, which I think is also a remix of the opening thing. Well, not this song. This song is hit dash panels. But it's awesome. It's about how life is like speeding in a car. Unfortunately, it doesn't have enough heavy rock instruments to be a really good song to drink drive to, but you know, solid like 6 out of 10, which for a Kirby game is pretty impressive. Put those spikes through the ground. Because just thinking about Yakuza 0, I feel like Yakuza 0 is probably the most problematic of the Yakuza games that I've played. But off the memory in my brain, I can't remember how much of that is because it's like... problematic opinions being shared earnestly, and how much of that is problematic opinions being shared by horrible characters, like openly acknowledged in game. Or how much of that is like problematic opinions shared by characters in the game who are horrible people, but they're still using it as an excuse to just do horrible shit. Like the treatment of women in the game. Like how much of that is to get across the idea that the 80s are shitty to women, and how much of that is them just also being shitty to women. You share believe us vocals are killing me. Well, I believe the version that we're hearing right now is the bad end version. I don't have my headphones, so I can't hear it super clearly. I believe this is the bad end version of the credits song. When you first beat the game, you get the bad ending, so you get the credits song where it's like sung like it's fucking the end of a Portal game. And then when you beat the game with the good ending, you get a much more bombastic version of the song. The story of this game makes me want to be like, I gotta play more Kirby games to experience their story, because fuck yeah, the story of this game is awesome. Do you believe in life after Chariot? I'm not on Chariot right now, I want a bull tank. This isn't even the battle Chariot, this is the bull tank. How? When? Jesus Christ, wild different machines also. Oh, you bitches get out of the way, that shit's mine! Oh, fuck. Oh my god, hit it. God damn it! Oh, that's terrible. Chase it down properly. Oh, yeah. Did someone get it, or did it run away? I think it ran away. I think it ran away. I have too many fucking games I want to play. I have too many fucking games I want to play. This thing doesn't move. Until it starts moving. What's been so frustrating about 2026 is that, like, there's so much shit that I want to get through because I'm doing extra stuff because of Donkey Kong Legacy. And yet, so much of this year I've been fucked in terms of, like, shit I can actually do. It's fueled by complaints, I think so. What on earth emote is that, Crafts? What am I looking at?
4, 3, 2.
What on earth am I looking at? Is that a cat just saying bitch? Bitch. Cat says bitch. Terrible stats. I'm not using the bull tank again. I'm not using the bull tank again. Bull tank is too slow to get up to speed. Two goons of a father. Two goons of a feather front together. What the fuck? How is that on Twitch? I'm so shocked that Twitch didn't pull that one. I am shocked that Twitch was allowed that one.
3, 2, 1, go!
The bull tank must have extra damage, but the extra damage won't fucking matter if I can't hit it. Chat has one joke, and it's saying Karl Marx when we see Marx. I also only have one joke, and it's saying Karl Marx when I see Marx. Both of you have made that joke at separate times today. And I've made that joke in earlier Kirby episodes. New flame. Karl Marx, that wasn't very necessary. Karl Marx when he finally redistributes wealth. Or something. Something that it only gets brought up a couple of times in Dust Capital, It only gets brought up a couple of times in Dust Capital, but my favorite part is when Carmax does admit that he can split his face in half to create a void of nothingness in the middle. That is my favorite part of Dust Capital. Yay, I got 4. Yay. I like how we still continue getting points for the battle pass, even once it's done. I don't know what they do. I don't think there's any use to them in any capacity. They just keep going because why not? I'll probably make this the last one. Again, I know the Europeans are excited that I'm finally streaming at a time for them, but also it's 10:35 p.m. for me. I need to have a shower. Do you reckon I can get away without a shower tonight? Look at my hair. Look at how shit my hair is. Do you reckon I can get away without a shower tonight? I got a shower. I gotta wash clothes.
Wheelie scooter.
I gotta edit the videos for several days of Final Fantasy. I gotta make a schedule for the week. Which then Communist Manifesto to the Thornaeoes come in. So unfortunately, no communist can actually tell you that because no communist in the 21st century has actually read Carmax. So unfortunately, none of them are able to actually answer it. Whee! Drag me. It is praxis to have the only way that you read Karl Marx is to buy the audiobook on Audible. I want to confuse everyone who watches me politically to just do that. Get a sponsorship by Audible and just like get Dust Capital on Audible now. Use my promo code. Oh, this works out well. We haven't actually gotten Robo DDD today. We did this long enough to get one of every boss. There we go. I wonder if it's even on Audible.
3, 2, 1, start!
Communists may not have a lot of money, but they do have, but they at least have some of it. It's Monday only holiday in Italy. I'm not sure why it's a holiday. No, it's a holiday here. That's why I didn't work today. All 4 days of Easter are public holidays in Australia, so this is why I had all the time off. And used the last of those public holidays as a day to primarily sleep to recover from what I did the other 3 days of public holiday. It's awesome. It just means that like for 2 weeks straight, my pay is massively hindered by having a bunch of forced days where I'm not allowed to work and I don't get paid for it. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love how that works. I can't do anything with the slippery floors. And it's awesome because there's another 2 public holidays at the end of April as well. April is just a poor month for me. Across the entire month, I miss fucking 6 days of pay. Which is the equivalent of a full week of pay for me. It's awesome. Actually, it's probably equivalent to a little bit more because it takes off, because on both of them, I miss my longest day of work, which is my Saturday. I work the longest hours and I get paid the most per hour on a Saturday. And both this summer and when there's another 2 later on, I miss a Sunday. Sorry, a Saturday for both of them. So it's probably equivalent of more than a week of pay that I miss. What's the end of April? It's an Australian public holiday. It's Anzac Day. It's basically a honor the troops holiday. It's dated for the day of the Gallipoli landing in World War I, where Australian soldiers were basically sent to the wrong part of Turkey to invade were sent to a different complete section for it where they had to, where the whole thing was just run up a hill, and you know, the Turkish army were at the top of that hill with their machine guns ready for them. Just got absolutely fucking sick. But that falls on a weekend this year. It's normally only one day, but it falls on a weekend this year. It falls on a Saturday. So what they're doing is, well, the actual Saturday is still a public holiday because it's the actual day. But most workers, what they say is, most workers don't work on a Saturday, so you don't get the public holiday. You're not getting the benefits of the public holiday. So we'll also make the public holiday on the Monday, which. Like, if you work part-time or full-time, sure, like, that works. But if you work casual, which a lot of fucking people in this country do, it just means more days when you just don't get fucking paid. Well, if you work the public holiday, you get paid a shitload more. But because it's a public holiday, most bosses will just not hire someone to work those days. Yo, I killed the bird, let's go. You guys have Saturdays off? Well, I don't. I don't. Again, we're talking about what the government and the media talk about the average person does. And by that I mean what they believe the average person is, which is an office worker in a city. Not, you know, the actual median of the actual population. The politicians and the media, the only people who work are people who work office jobs 9 to 5, 5 days a week. And that's it. So based on what they do, they'll try to choose everything else, but that's what the average person does. You know, like probably like 5 to 10% of the population. Oh, don't get me wrong. I liked the fact that I had 4 days off in a row. Most weeks I only have 1 day off. So it is nice to have extra days off. It sucks that I don't, that to do that I have to miss out on money though. And also that the decision is not mine in any capacity. That also kind of sucks. Well, I haven't seen anything better for taking on a boss than this, so I guess I'm not taking the bull tank. Too bad.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Very big.
Time.
My experience office job is watching 9 to 5, so maybe the meeting office worker is Lily Tomlin. Oh my god, I actually got 419s. Well, if I didn't have that, if I didn't have that on the checklist, I'd have it now. See, for me, I don't have any days off. Because when I have a day off, I'm here, in front of the camera, with you. So I just don't have days off.
3, 2, 1. Go.
I mean, I kind of had today off, but like, even today, I'm still like, you know, it's 10:45, and I'm like, oh, I better be on camera. Can't afford to not be on camera. Well, not afford, but just, you know. Oh shit, I missed the Kirby event. A bit different. A little bit. Shit, I'm not thinking Wagon Stop might actually be really good for boss fights. Stops on the dime so you can get the things like this, and I can zoom around and like pick up power-ups. It's really easy.
Sword.
Oh, I can't pick one. Why doesn't the big DD simply eat the small one? I think he's trying to. He's not doing well at it. That's done. Missiles! There we go. Yay! Boss fights are so fun in this game. I love them. Yay! And I won! The little DDD ate the big DDD. And won by a very large margin, Jesus Christ. I did it! Yay! Anyways, I'm ending the episode there. Thank you for joining my incredibly late. Holy shit, I nearly missed the event, but don't worry, I finally fucking made it to Kirby. Wrong missile. Why are you sending me an emote of a person who's crossing their legs because they need to pee really badly? I know that's me on stream frequently because I, like, nearly every stream I take multiple bathroom breaks, but, like, it was a little mean-spirited to send that to me. Anyways, with that, I'm out of here. No stream tomorrow. I need my voice to recover. You can already hear my voice is bad. Streamed a lot over Easter. Those are Disney knees. Disney's. Oh, got him. What? I'm out of here. Stay tuned next time on Kirby. Maybe we'll actually finally get that fucking top right thing that I need to get done before the next event. So stay tuned for when the next Kirby episode is another Kirby event. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, this is version 2, signing out.